Good Sunday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. What are we doing now? Oh wow, gotta go to work. Yeah, when you're self-employed, sometimes you have no options but to work, and that's just kind of how it is. So it's Sunday morning, and but it's overcast today, so it's not really a very nice, pretty day. And as usual, they're calling for more storms. So, and I'm getting out of here before I get the dogs out because I want to get on the road and get off the road before it gets too crazy. So I'm going to let the wife take care of the dogs. Because, every day of my life I get out of bed, take care of the dogs, and do I ever get a break? Not really. That's one thing about life is you got to have a break every now and then. I'm sure people understand that a lot. So, but yeah, here it is. Overcast, and kind of just a dreary Sunday morning as I drive the Dodge Charger Super B wide body. This is a really fun car to drive. You get yourself in trouble if you're not careful. But I got to go over to Silver Spring, Maryland, and take care of a job that Brian's had a hell of a time getting done. And my business, these customers don't really accept you not staying on top of the equipment. So we're going now into Friday, Saturday. If I didn't work today, then it's Sunday, and now it goes into Monday, and then the owner starts calling you, and they start, like, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. So anyways, I feel bad for Brian. I mean, it's really all his fault. It's just he's green and he's learning. He just doesn't understand things that I do, because I've done this for 25 years. I have done, what's the odds of me in the morning time? Just cracks me up. It's even early in the morning, and already I'm having to fight the traffic with somebody else. It's just incredible. So it's early Sunday morning, and in this area, Sunday mornings are usually pretty good on getting around. But once it gets to be about noontime, then it turns into the parking lot. Now, my friend Chris, he reached out this morning and wants to go ride motorcycles. He's a character. I mean, every time he's on riding, he's been caught in storms. And I'm just thinking, it's supposed to rain today, but whatever. We had this conversation. I haven't said anything today. I gotta go to work. I'll just see what time I get back in, and we'll go from there. But this afternoon is thunderstorms and rain. So, whatever. But we had this exact same conversation the other morning. I said, hey, and he's like, no, it's not supposed to rain. I said, your accuracy of your weather forecast predictions hasn't been the greatest lately. You know that, right? And he's kind of like, yeah. He's gotten caught in some hellacious storms. I mean, hellacious storms. Where he and his wife, Shannon, have, I'm talking radical, downpour, dangerous storms. And so, until you get caught up in those, and he didn't have his full helmet, he just had his half helmet. I've been through this stuff. I've done it. You can't see. It gets so dangerous, man, when you're on a road in a motorcycle, and people can't even see in front of them, and you're on a bike. What do you think happens? Yeah, but anyways, so I don't know. We'll have to see if the weather parts for the day. And, once again, I'm just reaching out this Sunday morning to say good morning to everybody, and appreciate all the support and the ideas of the never-ending YouTube creator challenges to ever rise above most. You people took it to heart on those comments. I can remember so many years ago, and I'd get up on a Sunday morning, and the roads would not really be that active. And I can already tell that, already the people are out and about getting going. Man, this area has just grown so much. The traffic in this area has always been challenging, but this area has grown substantially since I've lived here. Sure, many people in the same boat I'm in that moved somewhere 20, 30 years ago will will tell you that, yeah, the area has just exploded. Certain areas, not everywhere in the country. It's more just depends if you're in the hot spots of the country where the jobs and the money you can make is attractive. I mean, that's what drives people to change and move to different areas. I think it's job, it's the climate, the atmosphere. So yeah, you can already see. Here I am already trying to get up the road, and it's going to be me dancing with everybody else. That's what it's going to be, dancing down the road on the Ice Age TV as I share my aggravation of trying to make a channel work and bringing you content that makes you excited to click the button to watch my channel when it populates. I mean, that's really what it's about. My right side of my body is just my tuchus, my leg is just killing me. And I already knew driving today, it's the driving seating position, which I've done so much in my life, that starts to wear on you. Now, this car has adaptive cruise, so I'll be able to take this and go to adaptive, and that'll take some pressure off my leg. I think it's called Cicadia, I can't remember how to pronounce it properly, but you get that in your leg from that long-term pressure of holding down the gas pedal and the brake. And I've been doing this, for so long, and I can tell when I do this. Like yesterday, I was driving out of Colorado, I was in a lot of pain on my whole right side. My whole right side, I pulled out the right side of like my hamstring with Rebel last weekend, of me having to really get after him. So now I'm paying dearly for that. And what's interesting is when I drive the car, it's when I start to notice that pain starts to come back. So the good news is I got the adaptive cruise control in this car, so it will kind of take off some of the pressure for me having to drive around. And now, what you deal with is the people don't really know the roads. And the people don't really know the roads. They get intimidated by the corners, and they just don't know the roads, so they don't really drive the speed limit. This is a 45 mile an hour speed limit road, and once again, what happens is people don't really go the speed per se. Up here on the right, here's a story of a guy that came to our country. He's from the Middle East, taxi cab driver. I know him. I do business with him, and he owns a few gas stations, and now he's getting ready to build a massive superstation. He started that project out like probably 6-7 years ago, and he was getting ready to build that station in 2020, and then the pandemic came in and destroyed the whole plans. And then everything became so expensive, so he kept on delaying it. He's finally now building it 5 years later, and my thoughts are he's doing that because it's 5 years later and he wants to get that big mega gas station built. This road is never going to change. This road is going to change up where I live, just for kind of changing the flow through the town of where I live. But as far as the 2-lane road, the state of Maryland is not going to change. 2040 is when they'll evaluate changing the bridge and the other side of this road. So we're right now 15 years away where Maryland even has on the books to look at this crossing of maybe changing the bridge or changing the road, maybe. There's nothing guaranteed with that by any means. But it's 2040 before they'll even look at their side of this road going maybe to a 4-lane road. But on this side here, you don't think it gets backed up, but it does. This road gets, very... This is a major road that's coming from Maryland, Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York. The whole northeast border uses this road to bypass the Route 95, 495, 695, the Beltway. So people take this to get down further to 95 by avoiding that whole DC area, metro area. Now I can speed up. Because these guys are speeding up, so now I'll get this car a little bit more. We'll get her a little bit. I don't have her in the lazy mode. I don't have her in the performance mode, because then she stays in higher gears on the way it drives. Yeah, I'm hearing some comments. Gail's the most consistent person on my channel that likes to tell me how to run my channel. Yeah, Gail's always the one that writes a book about how I should redo my channel and be more successful in my channel. She always thinks I should change the Ice Age name. I give Gail credit. She likes to be the Mrs. Fix-It. I mean, that's who she is. I'm going to start calling Gail Mrs. Fix-It, because she's always wanting to throw her 2 cents in on how I should run the channel so it'd be more, it would grow more and be better. I think, okay. So she has some ideas, but I told her last night in my comments, I said, hey, just sell me money for buying these little race boats you buy to put in your pond and have the dogs go chase it. But the lily pads really have ruined that pond. Years ago, I did have race boats. Yeah, that's a sad story. What happened with that? Yeah, my nephew stole them. Yeah, my nephew who died in his motorcycle, he had a lot of problems, man. That kid was so screwed up. Yeah, he stole. You know, this goes back to 1997, 98 summer, when I had him up here a few summers, hoping to try to help him become a better person in life from where he was. And at one point, just about bringing him here to me raise him, but my wife just wasn't up for it. And I was kind of the same point that he was at that time like 13 years old, 12, 13 years old. And I just knew that it would be a challenge for him to try to really change his lifestyle from where he came from. But I was going to do it, but the wife wasn't up for it. And we just had gotten married in 96, so not to blame the wife, but at the same time, who knows how that all would have played out. But in the end, he died in his motorcycle. He went to prison for 10 years. He was a druggie. He was a druggie. I mean, he was stealing. And so I bought these really nice, expensive radio-controlled, well, they're all radio-controlled, but gas race little boats, remote-controlled race boats. One for him, one for me. Back then, it was like $4,000. And all the gear, once you buy the boat, and then you buy all the, the remote controls, and then you buy the kit to start them, and the fuel them, and the blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm not lying. It was just $4,000 in 2 boats. And we had a lot of fun with those, but they would die out, and you'd have to paddle out on a raft to go get them usually. But that's in the pond, had no lily pads. So it was perfectly nothing in the water. So it was a pretty cool thing to do. Now, the lily pads have destroyed that. So Gail was mentioning in the comments that she thinks it'd be funny on my channel to have the dogs, videoing the dogs chasing the race boats. Now, Gypsy would be scared because of the noise, so she wouldn't do it. Now, Rebel, yeah, he may be, well, they have electric boats now, so I guess I should say the electric boats could be, I guess, the alternative. And I guess electric boats probably really aren't that much money. But Gail's commenting that I should do more dog videos, and I'm thinking, man, I've done so many dog videos, it's beyond believable. If you watch my channel, I have so much dog content on there that's huge. And that's the thing that really sucks about this social media is once you make videos, they just disappear, and people, for the most part, don't watch all the videos that I've made. I right now I'm getting close to 5,000 videos on my channel. And do people watch even 1/10 or 1% of those videos? I mean, people don't watch all those old videos. So all those videos that I went out of my way to make, for the most part, nobody watches them. So, because it's hard to get the rerun series going. I've always gone on YouTube, how do I republish that old video that I have? And for the most part, you can't without re-editing. If you re-edit it and then you save it, I guess that may be one way to do it. But then it's even me trying to find the videos I think would spur people to watch them now that are maybe a year, 2, 3, 4 years old. But you can just go to my channel and it's infinite on what videos you can click on and see and whatever. But whatever. And it's challenging, so I appreciate Gail wanting to help out, but at the same time, there's tons of ideas on how to make videos like YouTube, but the problem is there's just too many people out there doing the same damn thing I'm doing. The only thing that's going to separate me is just like my personality, who I am. That's the only thing that'll separate me from others, is if more people just like me as a person and like to hear my ideas and thoughts and views and my adventures. And if you get enough people that just like you, then the channel starts to really grow, even though maybe the content isn't isn't this killer content, but people just enjoy hearing you talk and hear your perspectives and feel like they're part of your life and you're part of theirs as well. That's the whole key, is that connection. And so that's, which I do. I have a lot of people like that, but for the record, to really start making the money, you need thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that want to now hear you and see you and talk, that drive your income in this social media. And so having just a small amount of subscribers, like my wife or whoever is subscribing to all these people on my YouTube channel, it blows me away. Everything I share then goes right back around full circle. So I don't know if it's my daughter subscribing to these channels or it's my wife. I don't know. All I know is I get all these notices of these different YouTubers that have uploaded just yet another video that I don't even know who these people are, that I guess my wife is following. And I was looking at this one lady who's a lady into, the dogs and the van. She's like a dog and a van lady. And she has I believe 985 videos, and she has 19,000 subscribers. And I was thinking, that's pretty impressive. I've seen it too. I've seen people that don't have a lot of videos, but they have tons of subscribers. Then I look at my channel, I've got right now, I guess, 13,000 plus subscribers, and I've got 5,000 videos. So you think that through. She has not doubled the subscribers, but she has close to 20,000 subscribers, and she only has a fifth of what I have in video content. But it's obvious her video content is more intriguing to watch than mine is. And she's a woman. I think a lot of women that know how to come across in this channel and social media, people like that personality. So now what happened there? Big event. So here I am holding my phone going on the road, and it wears out your hand and everything else. So, and it turns into a long video in a car, and I just wanted to say good morning to everybody. And like I say, I appreciate people reaching out and giving ideas and thoughts and views on my channel when I kind of harp the blues of how much work this is. And, borderline, what else can I do? Which, yeah, what else can you do, Mr. Iceman, right? Well, I'm working today, so the thing is, I do got to work. I do have to take care of business. Every now and so, do we go riding today? I don't know. My right side of my body's killing me so much to sit on a motorcycle. I just don't know if I'm up for that, really. Again, I don't know where we going. I have no idea. But that's it. I gotta let it go. My hand's starting to numb up, and I gotta shut the hell up and focus on where I'm going, what I'm doing. So God bless everybody. Have a great Sunday. I gotta do that, and then